I'm Clay Allison from Wicked Edge, and what I'm going to demonstrate today are some of our new diamond lapping films. And I'm super excited about these because they allow us to do what is otherwise taking us kind of a long time in our sharpening process to do, which is to create just a true mirror edge. So in this video, what I'm going to do is sharpen this zero tolerance 0560 of mine, and I'm going to finish it off with 1,000 grit stones. And when I'm done with that, you'll be able to see what the finish looks like. And from there, I'm going to go on to our 6 micron diamond lapping films, and I'm just going to touch up the edge, and you should be able to see that change really quickly in how the polish comes up. So that's awesome for the visual, for the aesthetic side of the edge creation, you know, where you're getting to that mirror finish. But it's also really, it's an awesome feature if you want a very finely controlled scratch pattern at your edge of your blade. And depending on what kind of things you're going to be cutting, with all the different grits we offer in these diamond lapping films, you'll be able to dial that into exactly what you're looking for. So anyway, yes, I've got this zero tolerance 0560 in my Generation 3 sharpener. It's an awesome knife, I love it. And what I'm going to do now is just make a few strokes with my 1,000 grit stones. I've already set it up, and you can probably see this where it's zoomed in. I've got the 800 grit finish on here. So now we're going to go to the 1,000 grit. And I'm going to do a stroke that I don't normally show too much on video, and that's a down and forward stroke. I really like this stroke for a couple of reasons. The first one is bringing what we call an edge leading stroke, where you bring the stone into the edge, minimizes the formation of a burr, particularly when you're alternating strokes from side to side like this. And then the other thing it does in this kind of forward motion is it allows me to set what I call the rake angle of the scratches, so they're actually kind of leaning just slightly backwards towards the heel of the knife. And I like that because when I make a slashing cut, I like to align those teeth so they're optimized for that style of cutting. So something to notice, so when you're making this kind of stroke on your blade, you want to avoid cutting yourself because you're coming down into the blade. So what I do is I set the stone against the knife like that, and I'll make sure that my hand position is below the edge. That way, if I should come off the blade like that, I'm just completely safe. So I just make my strokes like this. And as always, light pressure is what you're going for. So these are just real light strokes, down and forward. I start with the bottom of the stone here at the heel of the blade and just kind of push forward. Alright, so that should give us a pretty good look at a 1,000 grit finish there in our zoomed in view. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the blade off a little bit so we get rid of the metal filings. And then I'm going to pull these guys off, and we'll put on our glass platens, and I've got some lapping film here that I'm going to put on, and we will just see what a few strokes of that do. So it just peels right off these sheets like this. They're already custom cut to fit our glass platens, and I just line it up here and stick it on. It's really simple and easy. A lot of people express concern about what the lifespan of these strips are, and they're surprisingly long. You can do quite a number of knives with one set of strips, and each of these sheets like this comes with 10 strips, so you actually get quite a bit out of it. Alright, so now I've got the 6 micron on this side, and on the other side I've got 3 micron. Now, of course, with the lapping films, you have to use an upward stroke like this, because otherwise, like the strops, you'll cut right into them. So hopefully I've made 2 strokes. I'm just going to continue to make some strokes slowly and easily, and hopefully this other camera that I've got zoomed in will be picking up the change here in how the bevel's looking. I'm not pressing very hard or working very hard. I'm just kind of nice and easy making these strokes. Alright, and by now we should have a pretty significant change that's visible in that camera. I wasn't counting, but I imagine I've done about 25 strokes or so per side. Alright, and then I'm going to flip over to my 3 micron, and I'll just do a few more. And from here what I can see is I already have a really nicely polished edge. It's a big change from the 1,000 grit finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop these off real quick. And I'm going to pick my 1000 grit stones back on, kind of wreck this finish, which is maybe a terrible thing to do, but it'll really help us highlight, how quickly and effectively these lapping films work. So here we go. I'm going to go back over here. And now that finishes quite a bit cloudier with this 1000 grit. Okay. Again, 1000 grit's an awesome edge. Right now what I've got is what I call a wonderful working edge. But if we're going for that extra refinement and extra polish, then you either need to go to ceramic stones, leather strops, or these lapping films. And these lapping films, I'm just so thrilled with how quickly they get us to that mirror polish. Okay, so that's about 20 strokes per side now. And that's another 10, so maybe 30 strokes total. Now I'll switch to the 3 micron again. That's 10 strokes with the 3 micron. Now let's just do another 10 real quick. Okay, that's another 10 with the 3 micron, and I think the edge looks terrific. So really fast and easy to take us to that mirror polish, and it's crazy sharp right now. I can just feel it wanting to bite right into my thumbnail here. So in a nutshell, that's what our diamond lapping films and particularly these glass platens are about. You just peel and stick the films from these sheets onto the platens and you're ready to go. Just remember that you're using an upward stroke when you're using these so you don't cut into the film there. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and until next time.